Hi friends, in our time together today, I'm going to introduce the brand new Wild Irish Low D whistle. You probably know that I really enjoy playing my Wild Irish High D whistle. And I've been hoping that McNeela would come out with a Wild Irish Low D, and they have. And so I ordered one, and I'm going to show it to you. Came in this nifty box. And yes, I opened it a few days ago when I received it because I wanted to familiarize myself with the instrument before just pulling it out. And it came in the box in this beautiful case. It's a nice padded cloth case for the whistle. And here it is. The brand new, fresh to the market, Wild Irish Low D. I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the physical aspects of the whistle. I want to talk about, or I'm going to play it for you, and then we'll talk about the sound characteristics. As a reminder, I always like to remind us, when you're selecting a whistle, whether it's a high, low D whistle, any other key, select a whistle based on qualities you want in a whistle. There's little more frustrating than ordering something because it looks nice or you heard somebody else likes it and then you get it and it doesn't have the tone that you're after, because we're all after different tones. I like specific tone qualities. You like specific tone qualities, and they might be different, and neither of us are wrong. See, it all depends what you want out of your playing experience. Personally, for me, I like to have whistles with different characteristics so that I can play different ones. So, as I said, I've been so excited and looking forward to the day when McNeela released a Wild Irish Low D, and I wasn't sure what to expect. And I'll mention this a little later. I did have expectations, but I knew that the whistle probably wouldn't be what I was expecting. So let's look at the whistle first. So it's a fairly long whistle, not huge, and the hole spacing's not too bad. The hole spacing's comparable to most of the other low Ds I have. However, I do want to show you a few things. Here's my Howard. Here is the Wild Irish, and that's a size, length difference. And if you're concerned about the reach, then be aware that here they're lined up head to head, and the tone holes start on the Wild Irish here. So that means that the first tone hole on the Wild Irish is a smidge below the second tone hole on my Howard. It's not necessarily bad. My arms aren't long at all, and I can hold the Wild Irish easily. Slightly larger tone holes on the second and the fifth. Now, comparing the Wild Irish Low D to the Tony Dixon DX102, the Dixon is only a little bit shorter, and the holes are much, much closer aligned. There's probably only a ½ inch difference between that. And I ran the comparison with the other low Ds I have. And the only one that's very similar is the Susato. Has the same basic hole pattern and the same length. Now, another physical characteristic comment is I bought the aluminum head. You could also get a head in Derlin, and that's going to ride down a little lower because the Derlin needs to be stabilized on the aluminum shaft a little more. And It's not a heavy whistle. It's balanced quite well, but because of the larger aluminum head, the center of gravity is going to be a little closer to actually around the logo almost on that. But it's not heavy at all. And once you're playing it, you won't feel like that extra slight extra weight at the head's going to bother you. It's quite a light whistle. It is tunable at the, there's a tuning sleeve built in there. Slide. One thing I did notice, the head has a curved airway, very similar to the Wild Irish High D. And I think proportionally, the head is built about the same as the Wild Irish High D, except it's bigger. But what that means is that the tip of the head is a little larger than maybe I was expecting, because it's the Susato's the only other whistle that has a slightly larger head. So when I'm playing it, like a lot of the whistles, I'll rest the tip of the head between my lips. The head of the Wild Irish I kind of want to place on my lips because it's just a little bigger. It's not uncomfortable at all. It took me a minute to get used to, though. Now, I said that you could get two different heads. And, you know, when I talk about choosing a whistle based on the qualities you want in the whistle, I don't think I've ever said that you would choose a whistle based on how it looks. However, that's really what McNeil is doing in providing two options for the Wild Irish Low D. This one with the all aluminum head and the other with the Durlin head. This has a more traditional look to it, and the other a little more modern look. But from a tone quality standpoint, the folks at McNeil tell me that there's minimal difference in how they each play and the tones they have. So that's just good for you to know. So you're choosing it based on size. The tube is about the same as most of the whistles I have. It's a smidge longer, as I said. The holes are a slightly longer reach, but not, you know, I've got a lot of room left. I could still be comfortable holding the whistle. The holes aren't inordinately large, but they are a little larger than some of the other low Ds I have. Still reasonably easy to cover even for my very thin fingers. So let me play some for you because we really want to talk about the tone qualities. With a metal head, you're going to expect some condensation before the whistle's warm. That's not spit buildup, that's condensation. The cooler metal reacting with the warmer air that you're blowing in. If you get any spit issues, that's, oh well, how it's going with whatever whistle you play. I hope you got some of the tone qualities. A little breathy, not overly chirpy, or not chirpy at all, actually. I'd call it more of a warm, mellow tone. I wouldn't say it's loud. I also wouldn't say it's soft. It's a little quieter. You can push it, but it's not like the MK Pro where if you push it hard, it'll accept that. This will break some if you push it harder. See, I just wanted to break into the second octave G if I pushed it more. And that's very normal. Extra engineering goes into some other whistles to enable you to really push on that tone. Has a nice tone. I feel like I could play it quickly. There's minimal lag, I'd say. But it's not, it's still responsive. If you want a clear tone from a whistle, like the Wild Irish High D provides, you probably are looking for something other than the Wild Irish Low D. Because even though one's the octave lower brother, they have a different voice. The Wild Irish Low D is a little warmer, a little breathy. And like the Wild Irish High D, you could whisper into it with your breath and it plays. You're going to have to give the Wild Irish Low D a little more breath. That doesn't mean it has a high breath requirement, just a little more. If I breathe just so slightly into it, it almost loses the tone. Just a moderate breath, though, will achieve a good tone out of the Wild Irish. It plays quite easily. I must say, on the top few notes, it'll require you to get used to it, playing up from the second octave G. See, I have a hard time, you'll notice I missed the third octave D, and like you're not really going to play that. But if I go up on the arpeggio, I hit it easily. So, should the Wild Irish Low D whistle be on your short list of Low D whistles to purchase? And like I say with every other whistle, well, not every other whistle, most every other Low D whistle, it all depends. I leave price to the end, but I'll say it up front. It all depends if you're willing to pay. At time of recording, this is $218. Now, McNeela does offer discounts, great discounts, if you sign up for their newsletter. So take advantage of that if you've never signed up for their newsletter. So I want to come out of the gate with that. I have played the Wild Irish beside my other whistles, and I want to hear either myself or some other folks do that even more. In another video, I'll do that, because there are other whistles that are less expensive, that are that are as breathy with a mellow tone, that are less expensive. I'm not saying the Wild Irish is expensive, but I'm saying, are there other options that are less expensive? I love the Wild Irish line. But if you want a whistle, a Low D whistle that's just like your Wild Irish High D, the Wild Irish Low D is not that. The voice is very different between these two whistles. The Wild Irish High D, clear, a higher volume, easy blower. The Wild Irish Low D is a little more depth and warmth to the tone, slightly breathy, some other dynamics going on in the tone, not as loud. Remember some of the physical characteristics that you may want to think about. The tip of the head. If you've played a Susato, then this is a little smaller, but the tip of the head still, it'll take some getting used to. I've taken a few days to become acquainted with playing the whistle. Not because it's difficult to play, but you get used to it. It is a little longer, as I said, but the holes aren't, the holes are fairly normally close together, but maybe about an inch lower at the start from other whistles. But like I said, my arms are shorter. So I think the Wild Irish Low D deserves to be on your short list if you're after a warm, mellow, moderate volume, low D whistle that's a little breathy, not chirpy. So you can't get after it quite as hard as you could some other whistles, but it's a nice whistle that deserves to be on your list. So listen to me play it. I'm going to play it with some other whistles fairly soon, so you get a sense of that. If you have purchased a Wild Irish Low D, I would love to hear your feedback on this whistle as compared to some others. I'm really looking forward to playing the Wild Irish Low D alongside some others so that you can hear comparisons. And I'll try and do that pretty soon. There's some other whistles I really wish I had for that comparison. Anyway, my friends, until next time, this is Scott Shade. Oh, and I'll put a link to the Wild Irish page where this whistle's listed. Happy Low D whistling, my friends.